let me move my mic down because I just had it above my head after finishing my last video and deciding not to immediately go into this one. So this is the new video, it looks like, from Show on Head, saying MAGA was right. We were crazy. Are Democrats okay? So this is going to be interesting to see what Shu talks about and everything, because I haven't really been following the news as much. Excuse me. Excuse me. I haven't been following the news as much. I've just been playing my game and focusing on getting a job. Speaking of which, in my last video I said this, or I don't know if I posted the last one first or this one first. Probably this one. But I got a job, and it's quite a distance away, and so I'll only be able to really record and upload on the weekends. And I'll probably have to save my reactions for Shu on the weekends too. I'll probably see her and I'll be like, great, I can't watch it for a while, and I'm gonna have to save all the VTuber reactions. But anyways, let's get into this. There's enough yapping about my life. Let's get into this.
So my last video was about woke one.
Turn this down a little bit. Ooh.
A new phrase coined by leftists and Democrats online that is being used to distance themselves from the terrible PR disaster that was the last few years for the left in America. Nancy Pelosi kneeling in full African garb to honor George Floyd? Why, that was just woke one. And how, in my opinion, that was not woke one, and how woke one actually started in like 2012, 2014 with Gamergate, Me Too, Tumblr era feminism,
Yep.
The whole pre-Trump era wokeness before it was even called woke.
Yep.
And I talked about how I don't want them to
SJRs.
rewrite history and pretend this all started in like 2020. After uploading that video on woke one, I thought I was free, that I would never have to hear the insufferable, delusional term woke one ever again.
Nope.
I thought I could finally move on with my life. Yeah, I thought.
What do you make of those controversial statements I'm sure you've seen? I mean, she's, the Thanksgiving dust up, abolish prisons, abolish police.
Francesca Hong has made clear her present stances to her electorate.
Yeah, she's moved away from a lot
Right,
of that.
she's moved away from it. Of course, rhetoric in that time is not rhetoric that we would use today. I have a local city councilman that has this saying, woke one was crazy.
Alrighty then, even in the...
Now, as an ex-AOC fangirl,
Yeah?
I feel like I am well within my rights to say, not so fast, bitch. I watched these people go from anti-establishment, fighting the man, become the most preachy, buck-broken, neutered HR department Karens in real time. I remember when she broke away from the Bernie Sanders campaign after he dared go on Joe Rogan. I watched this all happen, and I held on. I held on for a long time. Many would say too long, in fact.
Oh, yeah.
But this clip of AOC talking about woke one really solidified how I've been feeling
that was
for
AOC?
the past few years. In woke one, I would say too long, in fact. But this clip of AOC talking about
Oh, that was AOC? I thought that was someone else.
woke one really solidified how I've been feeling for the past few years. In this video, I will be responding to AOC trying to walk back woke one in what I can only assume is a desperate attempt to distance herself from the more crazy people in her movement before a future presidential run. Now, while politicians are out here trying to dodge accountability for things that they've said and done, the rest of us are out here figuring out how the fuck we're gonna afford anything. People are getting squeezed from every direction.
Oh, here comes the ad.
Rent costs too much, groceries cost too much, everything costs too much. At this point, I'm scared to open my wallet because I know it's gonna be empty. Actually, that's not true. It's full of shit. Just random gift cards from 2011 that I've never used. I don't even know what half this stuff is. But thankfully, I have a product that can help with just that.
There you
so before we
go.
get into today's video, let's quickly give a shout out to today's sponsor, Ridge. Ridge is known for creating premium minimalist wallets that can hold up to 12 cards and conveniently store your cash. They're made with RFID blocking technology, which protects you from wireless
I personally
identity.
don't like that. I like
One
my
of the
leather.
things I love about their products is they come in so many different designs. Their store features over 30 unique colors and styles. My favorite right now is the titanium purple. I love the sleek design and I love the very subtle purpley color. I think it's gorgeous. Another cool product that works well with the wallet is the Ridge Tracker card. It's like an AirTag in the shape of a credit card. You just put it right in your wallet, and if you ever lose your wallet, you can find its location right from your phone. Plus, it charges wirelessly and can last up to 5 months on a full charge. But Ridge isn't just focused on
Having to
wallets
remember to
anymore.
charge that
They
is
also
not my
created a
ideal.
very useful 5-in-1 power bank. It comes with MagSafe wireless charging and even a charging pad for your Apple Watch. Ridge has also created new 24-ounce water bottles. I've got the American traditional design. I love it. It's so cute. It's like little retro tattoos made from double-walled stainless steel. It keeps your drink nice and cold for hours. I'm taking a trip to Italy soon, and I'm definitely going to bring the water bottle and the wireless charger. These will come in handy. I think Ridge's products are great, but don't just take my word on it. Ridge has over 100,000 5-star reviews. And now they even have something extra special. This year, Ridge is hosting a massive sweepstakes, and this time 2 people can win. The winners get to choose from a Lamborghini Huracan Sterrato, a Hennessy Velociraptor, a Ford Bronco, or $100,000 in cash. The giveaway runs until September 8th. There are tons of ways you can enter, but you can also just enter it for free. But if you want to boost your chances, every Ridge purchase gets you additional entries. So head over to ridge.com/shoe to check out their collection and enter the 2026 sweepstakes for free using my link. Big thanks to Ridge for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad. And now, back to the video.
Oh, Shu.
Now, before we get into the real
Shu, you need to threaten us more. Come on. This isn't fun anymore.
meat of this, the real juicy, the real... This is the politician AOC.
If you don't start threatening me more, Shu, threatening to stab me or whatever, I'm going to start skipping your ad, I swear.
And the interviewer are talking about. For just
Wait, what?
to see the real... Now, before we get into the real meat of this, the real juicy, the real... This is the politician AOC and the interviewer are talking about.
Okay.
Francesca Hong is a progressive DSA candidate who recently lost her primary. Francesca Hong has a few interesting tweets from 2020. Who among us does not? But most notably, one of interesting tweets from 2020. Who among us?
Can we talk about that fish is kind of hot? How long ago was that, Shu? 2021? Is that when you first talked about your Hear Me Out?
Us does not. But most notably, one about wanting to cancel Thanksgiving. Cancel Thanksgiving. Should have done this in 1621.
Wow. Okay. Alrighty.
If it takes a worldwide pandemic for us to realize we should stop celebrating colonialism and the original super spreader event that killed indigenous folks and women, so be it. Please don't gather for the colonizer holiday. Please do wear a mask. I forget that people actually speak like this, and it's not just like some conservative parody of liberals.
One thing that they brought up as well was a post from you in 2021 where you said Americans should cancel Thanksgiving, should have done this in 1621. Do you still believe that Thanksgiving should be canceled?
I'm a chef. Bringing folks around the table to share conversation and build community is always a good thing. But Thanksgiving is also a time that's incredibly painful for many people in our communities.
Don't get me wrong, I love the struggle session. They're putting these candidates through reading their old woke 1.0 tweets back at them. Like a dog that peed on the carpet. What is this? What is this? But the quotes and replies from like Democrats and leftists on this were even funnier. Is it so hard to just say, no, I do not want to cancel Thanksgiving? Even if you do want to, just lie? Why is she catering so hard to the fringe? Does she want to lose her election? Why can't she just lie? This woman is an optics nightmare. Just say no. Say it was a joke. Say it was woke 1. Just lie, for fuck's sake. Just say no. Just lie, please. No, she shouldn't lie, and she's not trying to cater. This is what she truly believes. And the people should know exactly what she believes. She has talked about her half-white son, that he gives her, quote, proximity to whiteness.
I wasn't always aware of the struggles of other communities of color because for me, assimilation always kind of took over. And so I did marry, my proximity to whiteness continues, right? My son is biracial. He's half white and half Korean.
I love the hesitation. She's like, I married a My child is half white. She can't even, like, bring herself to say it. Activists in the streets, colonized in the sheets. Many such cases. Also, Francesca Hong just, like, hates all holidays, apparently. This woman is straight up Grinch maxing. She's got a hate tweet for every fucking holiday, I swear to God. Except for Kwanzaa. Of course. Why would she hate Kwanzaa? When asked how her long-term vision of a world without prisons would work, Hong said, "What I know is attainable, and the policies that actually meet the urgency of the moment and understanding the realities of it means we have to ensure that we're funding our local governments, that we're bringing justice to victims." She added, "What may have been aspirational is not primary." What may have been aspirational. So it's still an aspiration. It's still a goal. It's just not the primary one. Interesting.
Yikes.
Also, her opponent said this.
People try to call me the establishment. I look at that as a slur, particularly as an African-American candidate.
So, cancel Thanksgiving or establishment is a racist slur. Your Democratic Party, sir. Anyway, my point is, Francesca Hong's old tweets about defunding the police and whiteness and Thanksgiving, they were being all hand-waved away by AOC as just simply being woke one.
Woke one was crazy.
Woke one was crazy. But if you said woke one was crazy during woke one, you are a racist fascist Nazi. The citation of woke 1.0 or woke 1 is now a common shorthand among parts of the online left to describe and distance themselves from what they view as a more dated or inconvenient aspects of the impassioned social justice activism they participated in during the late 2010s and early 2020s. In 2021, Chai Osi, campaigning for New York City Council, tweeted, "A cis white man should not be the next speaker of the council." When a critic of his on X unearthed that old post earlier this year, Osi, now a council member, gave a pithy response. Woke one was crazy. "We all got a bit crazy back then. We did some jello shots and got on the bar and took off our tops and burned the city down and got people fired from their jobs for having opinions Obama had 15 years ago." You can't spend like 10 years bullying people into the most retarded asocial political opinions under the coercion of social ostracization or getting fired from their job, then turn around and just be like, that just happened. Mike.
Yeah, it's just like they're just trying to hide all accountability. Obviously, they're just like, "Wow, that was crazy how it was like 2 weeks ago, huh? This is gonna be a different time, guys." Yeah, no, it's not how this works. That's why I love how the internet is now becoming more and more forward for a lot of people. Like I personally, like I when I first I made a Twitter account for this YouTube channel, but I was YouTube channel and Twitch channel, I guess, and I was uploading or like advertising that I'm going live and stuff, but it kind of was just like, yeah, I'm not really getting much leverage. I'm getting better leverage, honestly, just by uploading, constantly just uploading. Eventually something will stick. But no, just like, I like to share my voice. I like to talk about these things, and hopefully people respond in the comments and give some dialogue back. I'm just waiting for another crazy event, and she will talk about it for us and everything, and I'll learn through stuff that way and all that. But yeah, they're just kind of like waving it away, and people are going back being like, I feel like any Democrat or anyone that comes up now, they're going to have a social media presence, and they're going to be like, hey, what's this that happened a few years ago? And it's just like, yeah, you're not really going to be able to have much movement unless you're towing the line the whole time. And then times change, and it's like, well, what happened to this tweet you guys had? Oh my goodness.
Career for like a decade. Under the coercion of social ostracization or getting fired from their job, then turn around and just be like, that just happened. My career for like a decade has been calling this out, has been trying to tell the left and the Democratic Party that this woke shit was toxic and would drive people away from them. And for 10 years, I was called a racist, sexist, pick-me, fascist, Nazi, every ism under...
You're a bunch of spell casting. They're saying a bunch of spells at you, and eventually you learn it's just like the spells become less and less effective. And now it's like I don't think there's a word that someone can call me that I'll just be like, okay, and like what are you gonna do about it? Nothing. Okay, moving on. It's like anyways, like that meme. It's just like, oh no, anyways, moving on.
the sun. And now they're just conceding to that and acting like it never happened.
Yep.
And you just expect us to, what? Move on?
Yep.
I've been like a dog chasing a car, and I finally got the car, and I don't know what to do with it. Like, first of all, why as a Democratic politician would you say this? You're basically saying like, yeah, MAGA was right. We were crazy. Like, okay. What else are they right about then? Even from like an AOC fan point of view, this just makes her look completely unserious and makes like the progressive movement look completely unserious.
Yeah, they're like, obviously, like, it's totally just a joke. Like, and the fact she's just laughing about it, it's just like, okay, so I guess it wasn't serious. There's no point to this ever. Okay.
Which it is. Why should anyone trust a politician who can get swept up in mass hysteria so easily? How can I trust that won't happen again? How can I trust in 5 years from now, you won't just call whatever it is you're advocating for now woke too and dismiss it as crazy? Free Palestine. Woke 2 was crazy. Like, what do you believe in? Could you imagine Republicans being like, January 6th one was crazy? Basically, I said this all on Twitter and people are like already making videos of it. AOC panics after shoe on head calls her. Like, that didn't even happen. Like, I don't think AOC even knows I exist. I love the thumbnail on this one. Shoe bitch slaps AOC. Who the f is this? Is that shoe bitch? Ah yes, the infamous, notorious shoe bitch. Going around slapping women. Every time I log onto YouTube, I'm destroying and slapping and finishing on people. If you didn't know who I was, you would think I was some like psychopathic rapist. And then you click on the video and it's just like, I posted a tweet. Anyway, back to the point. When a citizen changes their mind on something, that's totally normal, that's totally natural. Many things can happen in the span of years that can change your mind on something. It's perfectly normal to evolve and grow. And it's fine if you're a politician and you change your mind on something, but, and this is a big but, this is a fat ass. If you're a politician and you change your mind on something, I want to know exactly why you changed your mind. When you changed your mind. Be transparent.
Yeah.
What about woke 1, really woke 2 in my opinion, don't you agree with anymore? Why didn't the interviewer ask AOC that question? Like, what was crazy about woke 1? Trans women are women, DEI, white privilege, defund the police, the Green New Deal, like what? What? Tell us. What? Tell the class. I've talked about this a few times in a few videos, but one example of me changing my mind, I was way more critical of the police back in like 2020.
Remember you saying that?
Borderline ACAB. I was also single, depressed, living in my parents' basement, smoking weed every day, but I'm sure that had nothing to do with it. I can tell you that moving from the suburbs to the city, taking public transportation, having a kid, seeing firsthand how bad things are and how bad things can get, actually experiencing the world outside of my bubble is what changed my mind on that topic and a whole bunch of other topics. So I want to know.
That reminds me of my dad telling me of like I think it was a movie where there was two candidates going at each other, like and the guy was kind of like a business guy and kind of destroying the girl, but the girl just kept on harping him on this one question of like, how much does bread cost? And he just threw out a random number, and he actually didn't know how much bread costs because he doesn't go out and do that stuff himself. So it's like, it shows how like distanced he is, like how separated he is from like everyday life. And so that's when she kind of was winning a lot more.
AOC and other politicians, what about woke 1 do you disagree with now? What's sad is if this was like 5 years ago, I'd be like, hell yeah, AOC has finally seen the light. Woke is bad, so true.
This is how we are with you, Shu, where it's like you finally see it, Shu, and then she's go right back to sucking it. It's like, all right, well, this is what Shu's like, obviously. She's a Democrat trying to critique her own side, and it's just like, keep at it, Shu. Keep at it. It's rough.
Now we can get real things done, comrade. But it's not 5 years ago. I'm a grown-up now, and this is extremely pathetic. As a politician, you need to be transparent. I'm gonna bird hands at you. Be transparent. The people who act like we need to be apologizing for shit our ancestors did 400 years ago, acting like 2020 never happened. I'm not buying it, sorry. These issues were f***ing, like, existential to these people a few years ago, and now it's just like, no big deal. It was just a phase, Mom. I'm just a silly 30-year-old teenage politician My concern isn't really that Democrats are admitting this stuff was wrong and deeply unpopular. My concern is I don't see anything preventing from that happening again. There's literally some assemblywoman in Brooklyn right now running on some woke one-ass shit as we speak, talking about how stealing should be legal, actually. No one should be arrested, much less jailed, for stealing a tube of toothpaste. Incarceration separates people from their jobs, support service, and loved ones. It perpetuates a cycle of poverty and crime, no matter how much fear-mongering the right-wing media does. These people aren't stealing toothpaste because they have to brush their teeth. These people are stealing things in bulk to sell on Facebook Marketplace. We have food banks, food stamps, charity for poor people who can't actually afford toothpaste. If I could go back in time and tell myself one thing, it would be, criminals are not Aladdin. Criminals are not Aladdin. Criminals are not Aladdin! And it would make everyone's lives incredibly easier if there was actually some deterrent against crime. Yes. Otherwise, what's the point? Why should anyone go to work and spend their hard-earned money when we can just steal? Crime is legal now. Laws. Drunk driving is not illegal on stolen land. I don't think they understand just how incomprehensible some of their worldview actually is.
So if my daughter is assaulted and raped, is there any agency that would seek to find her assailant and bring him to justice?
Of course, yeah, of course.
What would it be if not police, and where would he be if not a jail?
So I guess I really want to avoid getting kind of caught into these hypotheticals and talk more about the reality that we're actually.
Oh my goodness. I wish I could facepalm properly, but I have big glasses on. I have to go around them. These aren't hypotheticals. This is reality. This is literally reality. Oh my God.
Actually facing right now, which is that we're spending in absolutely outrageous amounts of money on police and policing.
What hypothetical? That's the entire idea. That's the entire policy, and you can't explain it? Abolish prisons. Where do the bad people go? I don't know. Like, yeah, okay. In a functioning society, people like that would be forced to dig ditches in a work camp forever.
Please do.
Useless. Sorry, I'm chutting out so hard in this video. I'm in my luteal phase. I have a fucking pimple. I have a pimple. For the first time in like 15 years, I'm stressing out so hard. What the f***? Anyway, despite the Republicans completely
I will say, I thought about it. I didn't want to say it earlier. I was like, I'll be respectful. But I'm starting to see her age a little bit. It's a bad pause show. There you go. It's a little bit better. Starting to see her age a little bit. I can see it in her face and her neck a little bit. Especially with this look right now, she looks like she is obviously, but you can see she's starting to show the mid-30s. Like you're starting to see it.
For the first time in like 15 years, I'm stressing out so hard. What the f***? Anyway, despite the Republicans completely dropping the ball right before midterms, surprise! War in the Middle East forever! The sudden walk back about Woke One clearly shows the Democrats are still struggling with PR. If only there was some sort of left-wing Joe Rogan.
People think I'm the king of Woke 1.0, that I was Mr. Radlib, right? I never was. I have a pretty open mind to unlimited.
No, I'm just laughing at his shoulders and his head. People always comment on it, but now it's that that suit does not help, because suits, of course, have padding in it to make their shoulders bigger. It doesn't help him at all.
Progress, but I also understand how people operate. Like I never did the Latinx thing. Like I have been dark woke before dark woke was invented. Like this is the headquarters of dark woke.
Not the dude who called me emo, calling himself dark woke. What the actual f*** is dark woke?
What is dark woke?
Dark woke is just Democrats are just as woke as we were in Woke 1.0. The messaging is what's important. It is aggressive.
The entire idea of dark woke seems to be that regular woke was too polite and too wholesome.
Dark woke for me is we are fighting for good and for equality and for social justice for everybody, but we don't mind saying F you.
Dark woke, get it? It's like woke, but we're mean. You already are mean.
Yeah.
That's why people hated you. You were finger-wagging, morally righteous woke scolds. The problem was never that the left was insufficiently mean online. God forbid someone say the wrong word, liked the wrong tweet, or failed to participate in the latest virtue signal humiliation ritual. And I'm sorry, can we just go back to that Hassan clip real quick?
I have a pretty open mind to unlimited progress.
What the does unlimited progress mean? Considering these guys think progress is like a literal linear line where just more and more people get rights. So like what the does that mean? Pedophile rights, zoophile rights?
Yeah.
What unlimited progress are we talking about here, buddy? Because that sounds pretty woke to me. We did so much progress to the gender discussion. We somehow looped back around to little boys liking pink means they're gay. But wokely, no son of mine is gonna play with Barbies. That must mean he's a girl. You people are lost in the sauce.
Mandami's aide, his top aide, Sia Weaver, said if you don't believe in the government's sacred right to seize property, it's over. And impoverish the white middle class.
Beast mode. I love her so much. One of the things about Zoran is that the people surrounding him oftentimes are so much cooler than he is.
I like how in the video where he defends himself from people criticizing that clip, he's like, guys, come on, it was just a joke, guys, come on. In the description of that video, he's like, anti-white racism, which doesn't exist. Definitely not woke one. All right, buddy. Sorry. It's so hard not to just make the entire video clowning on that goofball. Like, bro is in a suit at a pool party. The man is a cartoon character.
Oh my goodness.
I want to make videos about Hassan Piker, but you can't fucking escape him nowadays because the media won't shut the up about him. Fox News is just hyper-focusing on him every single day to go after the Democrats because I guess they have nothing else. And then the response to all the Hassan stuff coming out on the right, coming out on Fox News, is then like left-wing journalists making more puff pieces, taking more photo shoots of Hassan in his mansion, and all these outlets calling him like a terrorist and a communist just makes him sound way more important and like way cooler than he actually is.
Yeah,
nothing hurts this dude more than reminding him that he is literally just a Twitch streamer. I don't want the focus of American politics to center around a f***ing Twitch streamer. Like, I don't understand the media.
I bet you like I bet you his father's trying to leverage this like crazy too, because his father's a rich man. And so I feel like the father is trying to leverage this, and I bet he's probably using it towards his advantage somehow in the background. I have no clue, obviously, but I feel like that's happening.
His obsession with this guy, but at the same time, I don't think Hassan is the best wagon to hitch yourself to if you're the Democratic Party. There are other internet celebrities on the left you could do that with. Like, God, the left really has nobody. No, he's a sex pest. No, she's a sex pest. Damn it. I don't know. There's gotta be someone with way less baggage than Hassan Piker. Like,
how about you, Shu? You're always talking about being on the left.
why don't you hitch your wagon to someone like that instead of Hassan, who every time he's rightfully criticized hides behind how he just wants to give us health care. Death to the West! Let the streets run with their capitalist blood! Whoa, dude, you're making us look bad. Oh, I'm just a little healthcare boy! You wouldn't criticize a little healthcare boy now, would you? I don't care anymore. I wash my hands of this. There's gonna be like 25 videos uploaded after this, like, shoe on head bends Hassan over and like.
Tectone, that's you, buddy. Come on, I better see that ad. I don't watch him enough, but I know that he's the one that does that.
Great, can't wait. Remember that big study we talked about? That's
her not really liking him, honestly. I don't think she really likes him doing that. I don't do that stuff. It's dumb, honestly. It's kind of gross.
Done after the Democrats lost the election that showed the most popular Democrat positions were things related to economic issues, and the least popular policies were things like abolishing the police, abolishing prisons, and like open border policies. People don't want to abolish the police. They do not want to abolish prisons. They don't want to talk about whiteness or whatever the talk to actual workers about them. Like, talk to actual blue-collar workers. They hate this shit. And they hate you. They hate you because you suck, but they also hate you because you hate them. Like I said 500 billion times before, more people would be on board with what the left was saying, or at least like sit down and listen to you, if you dropped the gay race Marxist bullshit. How do I know this? The DSA and the left and the Democrats, they have to distance themselves from the goofy, destructive, identity politics, asocial bullshit. And in order to do that, you actually have to mean it, not just laugh it off. But I don't think they can, because this stuff is just so deeply ingrained in socially progressive politics. A lot of this stuff isn't woke one. It's just part of dismantling whiteness and the patriarchy, destroying hierarchy, subverting norms.
It's literally just part of their whole platform. And if they don't like stick with it, then they're screwed, honestly. And they've just dug themselves a really, really bad hole. And there's not really a way of them getting out of it. The only way they can get out of it is if someone claims to consider themselves a Democrat that you've never seen before and actually focuses on things that everyone cares about and ignores what what the people who call themselves Democrat are saying to them, because those aren't the people that are going to be voting for them, or that not what am I trying to say? Those are the people that are not going to actually like support them. There will be people supporting them, but they're going to be in the background and silent, but you won't be able to see them. And that's the problem, is like, since they feel like they're not getting any support, they're not going to go on that platform. They'd rather become a Republican and have the same, or independent and have the same thing. And yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Or whatever the that cancel Thanksgiving tweet wasn't just some like silly haha woke one bullshit. But you know, I could be.
I'm talking out of my ass, obviously. This is stuff that I don't really know. I could go on for hours. Just like, I love to talk with someone, to just like, sit down and just like, I keep saying just like constantly, sit down with someone and figure out like what the steps that someone needs to take in order to for the Democrats to actually be good again. And yeah, when I first came out of high school, I think I was more left leaning, but as I grew older, I became a lot more right leaning.
Wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is what I've been asking for a decade. Maybe this is a new era for the Democrats. Could AOC actually have changed her mind? Yes, it's totally possible, yes. AOC and I are like the same age. She's like a year older than me. She's still pretty young. 35 is young, right? Mm-hmm. It's not impossible that in her time...
Well, like I said earlier, Shu, I apologize, but I can kind of see it. I think you being stressed out over politics as you're getting older and seeing your kid grow up. You're focusing on it a lot more, and I think it's causing you to stress and age a little faster than, yeah.
Being a politician, her mind has changed on a few things, but it lines up suspiciously well with a run for president in 2028. So forgive me if I'm a little bit skeptical. I see a lot of Republicans online like, do it, AOC, run for president. Don't get too cocky. You may be surprised. The American people are an enigma, and we might see a pretty big pendulum swing. As hard as it is for some hyper-partisan brained people to hear, not everyone voting for these DSA candidates are like crazy commies or something. Just like not everyone who voted for MAGA in 2016 when Trump promised to bring jobs back and he will remember the forgotten man and whatever. Those people weren't Nazis. When people can't afford a house, a car to get married, to have kids, you cannot be shocked when they start looking for options outside of the establishment. Mm-hmm. Huey Long, one of my favorite politicians, believed that if people had their needs met and were content and happy and had jobs and could feed their families, communism or fascism would never come to America. Because people would have no reason to revolt or want those things. They would be happy with what they had. He believed that extreme economic inequality created political instability. And as the economy continues to go to shit and wages don't increase, and retards like Dan Crenshaw respond to these issues with basically let them eat ramen, we are going to see people moving to all different directions on the political spectrum. Personally, until there's a Democratic Party that isn't prisoner to identity politics or isn't completely cucked by race grievance, I'm not a Democrat. And until there's a Republican Party that actually cares about workers and isn't completely cucked to a certain foreign country, I'm not a Republican. I'm trying to look like Hassan. I look like a increase. And retards like Dan Crenshaw respond to these issues with basically let them eat ramen. We are going to see people moving to all different directions on the political spectrum. Personally, until there's a Democratic Party that isn't prisoner to identity politics or isn't completely cucked by race grievance, I'm not a Democrat. And until there's a Republican Party that actually cares about workers and isn't completely cucked to a certain foreign country, I'm not a Republican.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm trying to look like Hassan. I look like a femboy. Wait, hold on. Hi, my name is Sal.
Oh my goodness, that was hilarious. I need to watch that again.
not a Democrat. And until there's a Republican Party that actually cares about workers and isn't completely cucked to a certain foreign country, I'm not a Republican. I'm trying to look like Hassan. I look like a f***ing femboy. Wait, hold on.
Hi, my name is Sock.
I look like I would be groomed on Discord. What the actual f***? Alright, I need to get out of this. I need to get out of this. In conclusion, I do not like seeing politicians run from accountability. I like transparency. If you change your mind on something, tell me why. This woke 1, woke 2 is a headache. I am done with it. What do you guys think? Do you guys think there's a chance AOC is being genuine? Are you willing to believe politicians who have said they've changed their mind on things? Have you changed your mind on things since like 2020? If so, what? If you like this video, please subscribe, and if you can, please consider donating to my Patreon, link down below. All patrons get every single video a day early with no censors, no bleeps, totally raw. Also, I'm doing Patreon only live streams now. I'm planning the next one very soon, so I would love to see you guys there. And for everybody else, I will see you guys soon with a new video. Bye!
Well, yeah, I will probably see those live streams definitely once I get my first paycheck from this new job. I love to start watching her live streams.
I'm not here to educate you.
Wow. All right then. Well, that was an interesting video. I feel like I missed some things here and there. I'll probably catch them when I watch. Like, I was trying to focus. There was things here and there that I just wasn't quite getting. But yeah, I'll see what. I'll probably catch it in like when I watch VTubers reactions and stuff. But yeah, that was an interesting watch. What else I wanted to say? I think that's it. I was actually waiting for my. I was playing World of Warcraft, but not really playing it. I was literally just waiting around for a group to fill. And then yeah, I was just gonna start, and so at the end of that or at the end of the video here, it actually started to fill up. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess I gotta get to it. I'm glad, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll get this uploaded very soon before on this weekend. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.